kidding me?
Episode 410.
You've got to throw some cold water on this situation. Start talking about nerd stuff.
You know, nerd culture is mainstream now, so when you use the word nerd derogatorily, it means you're the one that's out of the zeitgeist.
System activate.
This is NetHeads with Will Wilkins and Trent Hunsaker. It's a tech podcast. But we are a ton cooler than your typical geek.
You guys rock.
And now, here's Will and Trent.
This is Mark and Jackson from Everything. You're listening to NetHeads.
Yeah, throwing a little variance on that stank. Why? Because we're restarting. Because it's a NetHeads episode. Why not? We're going to put a false start. There we go. It's all working now. Everybody, welcome. Another edition of NetHeads. I'm Will.
I'm Trent.
There we go. If you want to take part in the program, you can. One of many ways is just wherever you're seeing it, stream it. You can make a comment. But the most popular when we are live, if you want to catch us live, is the YouTube channel. It's the most direct. It's the easiest. It's the simplest. It's the bestest, in the words of my youth, as I would have said incorrectly with bad grammar. Because words speak good. I'm sure everyone is relieved to find that Trent is joined us again. Trent, so happy to see you. I'm not going to bother repeating some shtick, okay? But I will say that if you are a fan of this show on YouTube, clearly I'm going to be editing things together, because we're not going to go through the whole shtick of, like, oh, I'm going to see it Sunday morning. I'm the biggest fan. Trent loves Fantastic Four, hasn't seen it. Life's what happens when you're making other plans. But I will say, Trent, that I will reiterate this part. I'm so happy to see you here, because now everyone knows I do still have a friend, and that you are still willing to be on the podcast, which I'm sure some people were worried about, especially when the last two episodes of the show have just been me talking to a camera after just having seen a movie. But I couldn't help myself. I came out of the Superman movie. You haven't seen it. I will tell you, it's in James Gunn. I trust, my friend.
100%, dude. He gets the modern audience and superheroes.
He really does. And look, I'm not saying it's the best movie. It's it's a little more Suicide Squad than it is Guardians of the Galaxy. But it just it has his signature all over it. But you know what else? It's a Superman that's fun again, Trent.
Dude, that absolutely. I don't want Pearl Jam emo lumberjack shirking his responsibility. Woe is me, Superman.
Trent, I don't think I've ever asked you about this, and obviously all formatting's going out the window. Everybody also, we're going to have special guest Buddy the Elf on, because there are two things I love in this world: San Diego Comic-Con and characters at San Diego Comic-Con. But
right.
Regardless of that, we're going to have Buddy the Elf on in a little bit. And if you're thinking, well, I've heard you mention him as your Patreon subscriber, is this a new thing? No, it's not. We're not going to start rotating. Well, I mean, maybe if Trent and Tony aren't available, it's like suddenly, hey, so now it's Will and Buddy the Elf again. Also, special thanks go out to Miranda Janelle, who is not this week's Patreon supporter of the week. Brian Nielsen is. However, I just want to say special thanks and sorry to her, because I was kvetching about this on a special Patreon-only show I had done where we got all the settings set up here. You weren't aware of the fact that I had to just wipe the operating system and start fresh. There's a certain point. The PC gets backed up, needs some good colon blow, and that's the way you do it.
Yeah.
So I needed to do the setting reset here, and what better way to know if it's working or not than to allow our Patreon subscribers to work for me live.
Dude,
right?
here's the thing. Like I tell instructors this all the time. Sure, you could make a really good setup and record your university lectures in your office or whatever. But it's like having a gym membership. When you have to plan something ahead and then like people are waiting on you to be there, everything comes out way better.
Awesome. Yeah, I completely agree. Plus, people like to see that you have your shit together.
Totally.
Really.
Yeah.
You know, they want to have confidence when they sit down and enjoy some content and not start out in one stream and wind up in another.
And
you know, they
sometimes
don't want that.
And sometimes it's fun to see how not one shit is together before it's together. You
Well,
know,
you know what,
it's
Trent-
that flavor of love type situation.
Trent, I'm just going to tell you right now, get your shit together. Just
Get
get
it,
your shit together. Get it
put it in
together.
a
Put it in a
bag.
bag. Take it down to the shit store. Sell it. I don't care. Just get your shit
Get
together.
it together.
By the
That
way,
first season, dude. Oh, first
by the
season
way,
was so good.
This past season just wrapped, actually. Season 8, I believe.
Yes.
Of Rick and Morty. And I'll be goddamned. Trent, I don't know if you consumed any of it yet.
No.
But it's actually a season of character development. Oh yeah, it's like almost everyone on the cast has a moment to shine. There's a Morty episode. There's a Beth and Beth episode. Because there's Space Beth now. I don't know how far behind you are.
Yeah.
And also an excellent and high concept season finale. But best of all for this season, the one thing I noted is that I'm only butting up against the guy doing the Morty voice every once in a while, and I've absolutely accepted the new Rick 100% now.
It's
in my
hard.
mind.
It's hard, isn't it? Though, like he's good, and it's the same idea, but
I don't know whether it was due to illness or contractual arguments, but way back in the early 80s, all the way back in a previous century, Trent, my favorite television show was Buck Rogers. And on Buck Rogers was Twiggy the robot, who carried around him another sentient computer known as Dr. Theopolis. I don't understand the logic whatsoever. Why not put the doctor in the robot that can actually move instead of just having on a medallion like he's a featured thing on Mr. T's chest?
Because one's an automaton and the other one's a robot.
Buddy's checking me real time. By the way, you're apologizing for the Patreon. Yeah, we'll get there. I'm working the weave. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go that way. And then it all comes together.
Zip. You just got to keep the rhythm. Give
exactly.
him space to play. Give him space to
don't
play.
step on my jazz, bitch, or you're never getting on the air. No, I'm kidding.
No solo for you.
Anyway, Dr. Theopolis is not important here. What's important was Twiggy, because he was voiced by Mel Blanc, the great Mel Blanc.
Of Looney Tunes fame.
Yeah, exactly. And his bitty, okay, Buck. That was the kind of voice he had.
Okay.
And then, like, when season 2 started, I think, or maybe midway through, I don't know if it was illness or contractual
conflicts or whatever, yeah.
But but suddenly, what are we going to do, Buck? Like, what the hell happened there? I felt like somebody had just dipped my junk into ice water.
And see,
unacceptable.
That's so interesting, because nowadays they probably would have had someone in the first season record so much content that they could just repurpose it for anything they needed later on. So say, we'll pay for one season.
Well, the Justin Roiland issues of it all also affected Solar Opposites, but they did a brilliant thing. They recast the voice. I can't remember the name of the actor, but a strong British voice, and also his new voice was temporarily adjusted, so it'll be this voice in flashbacks too. So they just wrote it in.
That's
genius.
funny. I like that.
I do too. It's wonderful. So consume those medias if you aren't, guys, because they're fun entertainment. And yes, Miranda Janelle, my apologies. Earlier we mentioned people seeing people get things with branding on them that you don't even get a copy of, right? Because our Patreon subscribers got the exclusive Patreon challenge coin. And also, you haven't seen it. Well, you saw them in the photo from Ryan Connolly, but it's the NetHeads lapel pin.
Yeah.
Which came out so much better than even the coin, as far as I'm concerned. And the fact that they did the punch out around the brain, it's just great. But it's not a commercial for the Patreon, guys. I'm not gonna plug the Patreon at all.
However, if you want to,
patreon.com NetHeads on air. But look, Miranda Janelle, and this really cheesed me off. And I'm sorry to our subscribers, because on that tweaking show, we solved most of the problems in the first 10 minutes. So then it was just me talking to people on the internet. Basically, it was a Zoom call, but they couldn't turn their cameras on nor speak. It was a Zoom presentation that they had no choice in. Anyway, it really cheesed me off. So I got the entire ordeal of packaging this shit and shipping it just became a thing. I got what I thought were great envelopes, and even though they say that they're this measurement and that measurement, there's like a 1/4-inch inset seam on them too. So the internal dimensions off. So everything I printed had to be trimmed, okay?
Yep.
And then I got them sealed up, and I went to the post office, and I was very careful. I used the automated machine so it could see the package, it could weigh the package, and I could enter the zip codes. So I knew the exact weight, 2.2 ounces for this one, 1.8 ounces for other subscribers. I'm not going to get into what the differences were. One was heavier, one wasn't. It had more shit in it. Deal with it.
Yeah.
And out of 23 packages, including 4 that went international, only 1 package was returned, and it was Miranda Janelle's for postage due and rude scribbling all over it. Parcel post rate. Parcel post rate needs more postage, like in a black Sharpie. The only one. And I'm telling you right now, it's just some asshole in a Los Angeles post office.
Somebody was just having a bad day. I'm
'Cause
gonna take it on this fucker right here, piece of shit.
Yeah, he's like trying to get his blue envelope. Look, this looks too happy. Screw this thing.
Yeah, this needs at least 7 more cents to be sent. We're gonna spend $8 to send it back to him now. That's how we're gonna do it.
Yeah, and naturally, the petty bitch that I am, the very first thing I did is I went onto the post office website, and by every single definition, it is not. Parcel post doesn't even exist anymore, by the way. It's USPS preferred ground.
Preferred, yep.
And for larger packages, you utilize that. For packages over 13 ounces.
Yes.
Now, did you happen to notice the number I said a little bit earlier? 2.2 ounces.
2.2 ounces, yeah.
The envelope's it's a padded envelope this big, and at most it's that thick.
Yeah, that is not a package. That is an envelope.
Yes, it met
and they
every
are
definition.
treated differently. Yes.
So I did not get to the post office today, unfortunately. I wish I had. But I don't have a sense of urgency because I need to ship something else important. Again, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Like it may be like it's looming over my shoulder, but we'll talk about it later. I wish I had gotten to the post office, but I didn't. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack an identical package. I'm going to create a new one. And I'm going to go up to the goddamn counter and I'm going to say, I would like to send this. What is the postage? And if they come back with $2.17, I'm going to slap that other one on there and go, bam. And I said, get it back from this.
Here it is.
Yeah, because explain this,
Yep.
Mister. And the guy at the counter, he doesn't know the backstory.
Yeah, and this poor fucker's like, I would have passed it through, dude. It's not my. Like, look, this is my last day. I'm not even supposed to be here today. I came in for a friend.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did. That was funny.
Oh my God, that's nice. That's really good.
Trent, like I said, we got a guest waiting in the wings.
I know. Has he bounced yet?
No, he's not. Believe me,
this long enough that he's.
He will not give up. I guarantee you this. Okay. I'm not saying it's Francis level major callback, but I'm just telling you he would not give. Right? If Francis by any way does still listen. Hearts and flowers, brother.
And
I hope you're doing well.
Talk about somebody that liked the Fantastic Four. He helped me see the beauty that was the Fantastic Four really bite into the John Byrne era, especially.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I don't know why I did that divergence. I'm just saying he won't go anywhere. But I will say part of the reason why I didn't have any urgency is because you are aware of the fact that I am 3D printing you a gift. Because I think it is something you would appreciate, you would like. And if any person I know that needs a pick-me-up right now and would really like to have this, I'm 3D printing it. And I'm telling you right now, if I were to switch to the view of one of the pieces, Trent, which believe it or not, I do have the technology. I'm going to show you the level of confidence I have to have in the adhesion of my build plate. Because if you look here, you are looking at a 3D print. If you're listening to the podcast, I really hope you're enjoying this. But if you look at the print itself, okay, this is a very thin piece, okay? And that is all of the faith I am putting in my build plate to hold that on there. Because let me tell you something. Things get sticky. Things get, or they don't get sticky. They get nasty, and they stop working, okay? Yes, and so one of the things that I have come to rely on, so much so that I've gotten one for each one of the 3D printers I can for. I've got 2 Bamboo Lab A1s in my office. They have the SliceWorks triple dip cool plate. That, it gets stickier low temperatures. I have yet to have a failed print because of build plate adhesion issues.
Yeah.
With this triple dip build plate. I also have it on my K2 Plus out in the garage. It's working on your gift right now. All you got to do, if you go to the link in the show description, or you go to thatwillwilkins.com, you can get instructions how to get up to, I think it's like 5% off your purchase price. Might be more. I don't know. I'm terrible with numbers. But if you go there with the link and you use the offer code thatwillwilkins, you get 5% off your purchase. I get credit. Everyone is happy. You also, as a 3D printer, Trent, I have another 3D print I worked on. And unfortunately, I had some issue trying to get this last piece on. And I don't want to have to reprint everything, right? It's a Wolverine metal claw that has the blades. And the blades coming out of it are they're not wanting to hold on. But one of the things
it's and I'm just sorry, just out of my own technical, it's because they're so long and there's not enough stuff to hold it together.
Right. Well, yeah, that's one instance. Yeah. Or in this case, it's a problem where actually the designer didn't do a very good job considering the tolerances between 2 pieces. And this is the last one I had to connect, and I'm going in and it's snap, and I'm like, mother. But
okay, that makes sense.
One of the things I subscribe to, I haven't even opened up my new one, and I should, because I've got some hot end work to do it, and it's got a tool in there. I get the slice box from SliceWorks, and for $40 a month, $39.95, you get 2 filaments a month. You get a solid filament.
Oh shit!
You get a tricolor filament or a special filament, and you get a tool. The new box has a multi-tool for working with 3D printing. Hi, Emily. Emily is watching us right now. I don't know why, but hello, dear. And okay, so there is that. Where was I going with this? Oh, anyway.
Yeah, and it comes with a multi-tool. But and how much filament?
It's a full kilogram on each roll. And for July, actually, they said, you know what? We're not going to include a bonus tool. We're just going to give you an extra roll of filament. They gave me Old Glory Blue, pearlescent white, and Old Glory Red for July. I mean, fitting, right? But the month before that, it had a finishing tool, which looks a lot like a soldering iron, but it also comes with all of these tips. And I was able to adhere that claw by heating this one up and then just going gently along that seam because of that fine point.
It's like a micro plastic welder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just sometimes you can't, the whole plastic welders come with different big bulky tips, nice fine tips.
Yep.
And that was the bonus gift 2 months ago. So if you're a 3D printing enthusiast, I'm telling you right now, because the truth of the matter is you'll never have enough filament. You will never have enough filament.
Yes, correct.
You will never have enough filament. So treat yourself and get yourself a bonus item plus 2 wonderful rolls of filament. There are new filaments through the end of the year. This isn't the stuff that they couldn't sell, and now they're putting it on discount in this box. Let me take my shit and put it in a box and mail it to you, and slap a guarantee on it.
Because we've all been subject to and victimized even to those subscriptions before.
Exactly. So that's not the case. That's not what they do. So again, go to thatwillwilkins.com for the link. Use the offer code thatwillwilkins at checkout. 5% off your purchase. They have all kinds of wonderful 3D printing products. I wouldn't talk about them if I didn't believe in them. Their build plates alone have saved my sanity time and time again. So take that with a grain of salt and make a purchase. I don't know why I keep telling people to salt things. I think it's because I'm on a salt-restricted diet now, Trent.
Well, you only need to be on heavy salts as if you're, in the desert.
It's a hard knock life, Trent.
Yeah, you want to retain water, eat more salt.
Technically speaking, I think not where I am because there's a lot of agriculture, but a lot of the Diablo Valley of which I live around, I really feel like some parts of it are small, not full desert, but really bone dry areas.
It's higher altitude, isn't it?
No, man, we're really close to the
to Diablo
sea level. Oh, Diablo goes up itself.
Yeah,
anyway.
So that's
the mountain. I'm not talking about the mountain. I'm talking about surrounding. I mean, there is the Diablo Valley, the beautiful, lush Diablo Valley featuring Lafayette, California, Danville, California.
Yeah.
Alamo,
I've been to Danville before. There's a high school there I recruited at.
Can you clarify that statement before you go on?
Nope.
Nope. We're just gonna leave it there.
Only long time listeners. Almost like someone from the North Pole who's been just going presence deep into our backlog might know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a sucker for two things in this world: San Diego Comic-Con and characters. Back in the day, there was a podcast that preceded this one called Radio Askew. Bit on the nose, but that's okay. And when we were doing that show, before I got to meet Trent, which is where we met, that's where we started, I had the opportunity to interview a guy who just brought me all kinds of laughs. I'm not going to go into his back catalog. You can Google it. But you look up Bob Stencil, sometimes the S is a $sign. And you'll find a lot of great bits that this guy pulled off in Hall H. They're very wonderful. Look it up. It's great stuff. But one of the people that actually got some great Comic-Con action is willing to talk to us. And Trent, it's Buddy. It's literally Buddy the Elf. So everybody in the audience, please take the time. Welcome Buddy Elf to the program to share your Comic-Con experience, sir. Unless, of course, I can't see him right now because I've got this.
Hello, I'm here.
Oh, thank goodness. Hey, buddy, hold up your left hand. Okay, there you go. Look at that. Real time. See, some say this annoying way I send people's signal back to them might really be bothersome, but you're going with the flow, and I love it. First of all, I got to ask, buddy, is this what is your favorite color?
Green. What's yours?
Purple.
That's amazing,
blue.
like the Joker.
There you go. No, but it's actually blue. I don't know why I said purple. My wife's is purple, and everything that's hers is mine. No, everything that's mine is hers. I don't know. Anyway,
other way around.
That wasn't what I was going to ask. So first of all, thanks for joining. You're also one of our Patreon supporters, and as Trent pointed out, you've been going deep and hard on the back catalog. You've been really working all of those back-end episodes in a wonderful manner. So thank you for that. And as a matter of fact, if I'm understanding correctly, do you also have some type of quiz for us a little bit later?
Well, it's not quiz, but it's quotes. And let me now that we bring it up, let me show something because we got to use our voice from Comic Book Man. According to episode,
actually, in episode,
let's see, which one do we? Oh, okay. So speaking of the topic today, because somebody mentioned the Fantastic Four, in episode 262, Ragnarok, November 1st of 2017, exactly at 35 minutes and 26 seconds, I quote Trent. It makes me sad, however, in that seeing the collaboration, the beautiful collaboration in between Disney Studios and Sony, knowing that at one of my favorite Marvel properties will never benefit from such collaborative efforts.
Yeah,
And
dude, totally.
I tell you, they have.
Praise be. Praise be.
Do you know how many people... this is crazy. Do you know how many people I know that literally know other people that said we're never going to get a good Fantastic Four movie, or we're never going to get another one?
One guy.
No, it's actually there's more than one. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, if I go to I just got a wonderful ad from another one of the feeds. So do we want to get cheap viewers, Trent? I don't think so. Speaking of cheap viewers, buddy. I have to ask, too, save that in reserve. Thank you for that wonderful quote reminder. Let's go ahead and insert a few of those as we go.
Yes.
But was this your first time at Comic-Con?
Yes, so this was my first time ever at San Diego Comic-Con, and it was literally a dream come true. I've been wanting to go to San Diego Comic-Con for literally the last 13 years. Now what you will know about me is I am a little younger than both of y'all. Because not to make you guys feel old, but I did graduate in 2016. And so
we can legally talk to him, right, Trent? It's so
yes, I am 28. You can legally talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, you can, Will. Laws are a little different here in Utah.
Fair enough.
Yes, and back then the NetHeads would probably not be appropriate for me, but hey, we're good now.
Yeah, definitely. So I have to ask this because I have to admit that every time I go to San Diego Comic-Con, or I
Yes.
have gone, I've been riding the coattails of this other guy. So I've never had to. I don't know what it's like to try and get tickets to Comic-Con. So what is that like?
So I do want to mention one thing. I thought it was great. We talked about catching up on the podcast, and I did listen to your, I am past your 2018. I didn't get to your 2022 yet, but we got to your 2018 episode, and I thought that was cool because it was after the Comic-Con. But
Yeah,
how
the
did
one
I
where
get
you-
in?
the one
It's
where
all about
Will went
knowing
to
someone.
Comic-Con, right? The 2018.
Yeah,
where-
he's saying
yeah.
it was the 20 because I've gone to Comic-Con 2018, 2019, pandemic fucked up everything, and then I think I finally went back just for 2022, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a young person's game. I'm
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Sorry, the title for the 2019, so I didn't realize you went 3 times. So that's my bad. I was just scrolling through the titles and I saw 2022 San Diego Comic-Con. I was like, oh, cool. So he got to go again. So I actually did. So what started this whole thing of my dreams coming true is I reached out to an artist friend of mine back in October of last year, and he said, hey, do you ever need any help, like setting up or anything? And he said, no, I have a team, but why do you ask? And I said, because it's always been a dream of mine to go to San Diego Comic-Con. And he's like, I can get you in a 5-day pass with no problem. And I'm like,
Okay.
I said, are you kidding me? And he said, no. He said, if I can't make an elf stream come true, what good am I?
Yeah, fair enough. Even though I would think with the connections with Santa, you'd be able to find another path. But I'm glad to hear that.
We want to give a huge shout out to Bill Morrison, which worked on The Simpsons, and he is who helped me with getting my Comic-Con badge.
Awesome. I'm
And
so
the
glad to hear that.
Second person I need to give a shout out to real quick is legendary voice actor Jim Cummings. I work for him on his podcast. I do all the research and called Jim Cummings, or Tuned In with Jim Cummings, and they helped. I got to stay with him all week, so that helped where I didn't have to pay for a place to stay, and they paid for my flight. So it was very generous of them, and I very appreciated them. And they're also one of the reasons why my dream came true. So,
Awesome, man. Is there anything else you want to say? Because I don't want to step on you again.
Well, it'd
okay,
be kind of hard to step on me. I'm 6'5".
Jeez Louise, man, that's 4 inches taller than I am.
Now,
I've lied my whole life and said I'm 6'2", but I'm 6'1".
I just want to make a clarification on this. Now we're talking Bill Morrison of like the co-creator of Bongo Comics.
Yes, and
Okay.
the guy that made probably Trent's favorite Disney cover from The Little Mermaid. He is the artist of the original cover from Little Mermaid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you know, you know.
You're talking about the movie poster?
I'm
Yeah, the
talking
one-
about
the one
the
that got- the
special
one-
little thing. That's
The one
on
that
the
got
tower.
Yep.
Yes, it's a buddy. You don't have to tap dance around it, man. We're very strong in dildonics here. If
Well,
anybody
that's
should know
true.
that,
Trust me, after 280 episodes, I'm very well aware of that.
there you go. All right, so you know what? Let's do this for a moment because I took the time to set it up. Let's play this this photo montage because you sent me a bunch of images. Okay, so hold on. I'll get the controls, I promise. Okay, so what's going on here? Yeah, and it was cool because this was you meeting Peter Dinklage. You know, the thing about that I absolutely love and adore is that he at least was willing to play with you a little. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how Peter Dinklage is in real life.
Right.
So, but his reaction to you was great.
Okay, so
But
I
wait,
will
hold
say
on
about
one
the
second though. What day of Comic-Con was that? Was that Friday?
That was Thursday.
Thursday. Okay. So
It was
that
the first-
helps explain things because I'm sure you experienced the same thing I did, that it's like Hall H ain't so hard to get into on a Thursday.
And this year, it was a lot easier to get in Hall H because Marvel was not there. There was
So are
Trent- Trent-
they are they switching over to like D20
you mean D23?
or D20? Yes, excuse me, D23. Are they going to be a D23 exclusive thing?
No,
don't know the
No, I think
information.
they just took a break this year, Trent, because they've got the entire, hey, we're restructuring, we're treating TV shows like TV shows, and we're dialing back on quantity and going for quality.
Right.
And they probably figured we've dumped all this money into Fantastic Four. Who are we preaching to at this point?
Yeah, valid point.
And they probably stung a little bit after Thunderbolts, which still, again, amazing movie. Not
It was
flowers.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you got into this Hall H thing. What do you want to say? You want to say something?
I was gonna say. So speaking of Hall H, I went there. I stayed from 11 o'clock. I got into the Percy Jackson panel, and I stayed all day because, like Will's saying, and it probably could have happened on Thursday too. But I know the rule is if I would have left, there may not have been a chance I could get back into the Hall H. Now they do let you exit out. They'll give you a bathroom pass. If you gotta go to the bathroom, they give you a ticket, and that lets you go right back in, guaranteed. So you do have that.
Only if it's during the same panel.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So we stayed there. The Toxic Avenger panel was at 5:30. So we stayed from 11 to 5:30. We got to see some footage of the Percy Jackson. We got to see the tour announcement from Fluffy with Joe, both comedians. They're going on tour. We got to see exclusive footage of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. It's supposed to be a lot scarier. And Skeet Ulrich has now joined the cast. Probably thanks to his buddy Matthew Lillard.
They're just going through all the Scream people.
Yeah.
So, but let me ask you now. I'm hearing this, and part of me is itching to say, man, I really wish I had been there as your producer, because I'm telling you now, if I had been there with you, it wouldn't have been fun for you, because I would be like, okay, what's the next panel? Who's on there? What's some funny stuff we could do that can go viral for you on this? I would make you get into every single question line.
I would have loved that, Will. Next year. There's already talks of me going next year. So
I don't know. Oh, that'll be interesting. Now I got some crazy thoughts.
Okay, so we'll fast forward. So we got to go to the Toxic Avenger panel. Now, like I said, I've been waiting all day, and they said there was going to be a Q&A. So I was literally on the edge of my seat, because if you know anything about Hall H, as soon as the lights turn off, you dart to that line. And I was the second person, even though I should have been technically the first person. But we had a cotton-headed Ninny Muggins that was standing guarding the spot. And when they turned the lights, I passed right by him. And the lady's like, "Sir, that guy's technically in front of you." I said, "Ma'am, the rule is you're supposed to be sitting." "Oh, he was asking me a question." "Yeah, because he's been asking you a question for the last 10 minutes. But anyways, I got to be second. And so that moment, not that exact picture. There was a different picture where I'm on the big.
Yeah, nothing's going to be in order because I don't know how this loaded. We'll get there. Which, by the way, I did not know you have a Ming Chen connection. There it is.
Dinklage was, and somebody called him a tyrant. He says, like 3 minutes later, he said, "Excuse me, when did they call me a tyrant?" And people yelled "elf," and he's like, "I beg your pardon." And then they did.
Oh my gosh!
He did a whole bit, and then he's like, "Miles Flinch, tyrant." Well, it just so happens, like 2 minutes after that, you get to see Buddy the Elf. But what happened before that? Why I'm laughing in that picture is because he goes, he says, "Speaking of a tyrant," nobody knew what he's talking about until they did the big image of me on the jumbo screen, and the crowd went crazy.
Awesome. And hey, thanks, PJ. Appreciate it. Once again, the dreaded, unwholesome desktop audio allegedly isn't playing when you see the pictures. Don't know why, but Okay, fine. Be that way. I don't care. Look, buddy, I guess I got to ask you what, because we're short on time, but long on content apparently. No. But what are your other highlights? Now, first of all, I take it you have a history with Ming Chen?
Yes. So I've known Ming for probably a good 5 years at least now, or 4. Something like that.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's through the con circuit.
No.
Oh,
not exactly. No.
Okay.
So weird. So there's a guy named Scott Churchson, which is who I work for Streampunk Entertainment. That's a company I'm a part of, where we do interviews and stuff like that. He got me in touch with because I wanted to interview Brian Johnson. Michael Zapkin.
Michael Zapsik, I'm with you.
Yeah, Zapsik, sorry. So I wanted to interview him, and they got the contact was Ming. And then I finally, after that whole thing, I got to meet Ming at a con, and I gave Ming a 2-liter pop to give back to Scott, because in New Jersey, they don't have Mr. Pibb.
Nope.
And I wanted to give as a thank you a 2-liter bottle to Scott for setting up the whole thing. And then I've seen Ming at multiple conventions. We almost got kidnapped in an Uber. That was crazy. Because make a long story short, Ming ordered a Uber and we went in the wrong car. The guy's like, we gave him the address, and he was like, that'll be $66.50 Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. And we're just down the street, and we're like, sir, are you not our Uber? And it was like 3 times, and he's like, no, but I can bring you to your location. We're like, please let us out. Our Uber's right back there, and it was crazy. But yeah, so I've known Ming for the last 5 years, and out of the 2 people that I ran into, because we did run into Kevin Smith, you may saw that in that one picture. I was sitting right next to him.
Mm-hmm.
I did bring up NetHeads to Mig.
What did he say?
He's like,
oh,
what?
Will.
Huh?
Huh.
He's like, you mean the podcast with Will Wilkins? And I was like, and Trent Hunsaker. And I was like, and we got Tony on there now too. The reason why I mentioned it to him is because I was like, yeah, I just listened to your episode, the episode they were talking about where you guys were supposed to both do a race, and then you both didn't get to do the race because Will got sick and he got sick or whatever it was. And so we had a little laugh there, and then he signed my little book, and then we grabbed a selfie. And yeah, I've known the guy for, like I said, just through the cons, Planet Comic Con, Dragon Con. Man, that guy is a partier. He's at Dragon Con, make a long story short, in 23, he's like, hey, come join the rave. It's at 3 a.m. I said, what? Yeah, the rave's from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. It's like, when do you sleep? You don't. This is Dragon Con.
I was gonna say, if there's one thing Dragon Con is known for,
it's no sleeping.
Really? That's not my kind of con life. I gotta admit it, man. Yeah. Although I will say I don't care about my own personal safety at cons, because I was so committed to the Kevin Smith cosplay that I did that I was wearing Vans that were too small, and I literally walked one of my toenails off. So yeah. So you can't say I'm not committed to the bit.
So I did want to mention something that we talked about earlier. Is this was the envelope he was talking about, and postage was $2.17. I did get my wonderful package, so huge shout out. I was
there's the extra item, Trent.
Yeah, I was like, I'll just show it off. So you got that, you got this, and you got the little thing, and then
and then the co-host of the show has none of this, which is great.
And then don't forget to show off your challenge coin.
Exactly, man.
You might might appear to.
Now, I do have to ask you, from your San Diego Comic-Con experience,
yes,
I noticed at a certain point, and I'm guessing it may have been somewhere around Sunday, because I'd imagine there's a certain point where you're like, I don't want to put on all of the gear. It looked at what point you went hoodie instead.
No, so what you're referring to is Saturday night, I got the full San Diego Comic-Con experience, and I slept outside. To camp out I built an entire team. Our team was there from 3:30 in the morning on Saturday, and we had shifts throughout the day, all the way to the first Hall H panel on Sunday, and that was and there's a picture, for George Lucas.
Oh yeah, dude. You were there for the first appearance.
First time ever.
Of George Lucas. I'm not showing the pictures again because I don't want
No,
people
that's
not to
fine.
hear
That's
you.
fine. We'll do it in
Just
post.
another reason why, if you're watching this the first time on YouTube, guys, that's the reason why every description starts with the live unedited.
Yes. We'll do it in post. But
exactly.
Anyway, so yes. So we were and actually if you go to George Lucas on any of the social medias right now, like on Facebook, you watch the video towards the end, they show me and my entire row, because we were the front row. So I am now canon to the Star Wars universe.
I mean, it's a stretch, but okay. Did you see the guy that was walking around as a lightsaber?
Yes, I actually was going to send you that picture. I did not send you a picture, but I can after this. Yes, there was and it changed colors.
Yes, Trent, I don't know if you saw this.
I didn't.
Because it looked, look, I'm not going to lie. It was a guy I think it was one of those inflatable costumes, honestly.
Well, what's crazy is it showed first the lightsaber and it looks like a pretty foam. And then, yes, when he actually got inside, it went.
Okay, so good. So he's probably got a foam core body,
yeah,
and it's an inflatable head
with a fan,
yeah, and it's a lightsaber. But it there's no way you as a person are going to walk around with a blade that's 3 times your height.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
So it's about double his height, and look, I'm not going to say we've brought up dildonics once already in this program, but it looked a little suspicious. It looked more like something that might arrive in a brown paper bag. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but more a con suited for Las Vegas.
Yes, definitely. There you go, definitely. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget Crystal is coming up on the stage next. Anyway, listen, buddy.
I think this would be a good time to segue to my second note. If I can.
Are you trying to tell me how to run the show?
He's producing the show, man.
It's your show.
He's producing the show.
No, go ahead. Well, yeah, because we got to wrap up anyway, so it's okay. Yeah,
I don't know how much more time I have, but
I don't either. You think I'm timing you? I built segments for this show.
Flash the light at him from the back of the room. Don't 5 minutes are up.
Do you see the red light, for Christ's sake? Come on now.
No, I don't see a red light. What's a red light? I want one.
It means get off the stage.
Dude.
No, but that's not the case. Don't worry about it, buddy. We're fine.
Okay. So note 2 was episode 201, Crapped Out a Smurf. This was October 15th, 2015 at 1 hour, 8 minutes and 41 seconds. Quote Trent, "It's like Mickey Mouse. That will never reach the public domain ever."
Technically not wrong still.
No, but it's still Mickey Mouse can be used now. I mean,
no.
Steamboat Mickey, but that's still Mickey Mouse.
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie.
But still Mickey Mouse.
Not legally.
Not legally. Look, let's not get into pedantics, all right? The last thing I want to do is get into law.
Just like how Hulk Hogan actually is not dead, because Hulk Hogan v. Gawker, we all learned that Terry Boyer is not Hulk Hogan. They're different people. One is a character, one is so when all these news organizations are saying Hulk Hogan is dead, they could be held liable.
See, I will and which I want to talk to you about after this. It's like one of the last things we'll wrap on, because it happened, and in a few instances I've already heard plenty of opinions. So anyway, but buddy, 2 things. One, if we do have you back, this is a great thing. I love it. Even better is if you send them in advance, because I can pull the clips and then we can just roll it. And it's like, Trent, can you please explain yourself here? And by the way,
yes. Oh my God, yes.
Oh yeah.
Right. And by the way, don't pull any quotes of me at all. I absolutely positive. I know I tend not to speak in totalities, but please don't call me out.
I actually do have one for you too, Will.
Oh shit. Okay, go ahead.
So I do have it censored because I don't like cussing. But in episode 276, We Fee Woes, August 1st, 2018, at an hour and 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Will, when the elf is stuff going to get less crazy again? And you obviously said the F word and the S word. And then Trent said 2020, and why that's ironic is I know you were quoting because there'll be a new president, but then COVID happened. And I was like, yeah, that did not go too well.
You know, my favorite thing about the pandemic, which is not a statement you really tend to hear people say, but my favorite thing about the pandemic is that, you know, like at the time it hit, I had just been fooling around. He's drinking maple syrup, for gosh sake.
God damn. Well, he's an elf.
I'm surprised he didn't pull it out of his sleeve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, never mind. I have mine. My favorite thing about that is we were at a New Year's Eve party going into 2020, and the woman who was hosting it, she's like, oh, you've got to get TikTok. You've got to get on here. You've got to do this. And she's like, and I've got a video that has so many. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. And I'm an attention whore. You shouldn't have done this. So I started dabbling in videos. And the last video I had done was on like March, before the pandemic. It was March 1st when I brought up something as inane as like, you know, the pineapple on pizza, right? Yeah. Discuss. And then the pandemic hits. And my favorite thing is that an old listener of the show, gosh, it was one of our Canadians. He was a bearded one, though. I can't remember his name right now.
Blaine.
Yes, it is Blaine. You're right.
Yep.
You're exactly right. And it is just beautiful because he's writing the comments like a month into the pandemic. He's like, this aged well. Like, you son of a bitch. What other quotes do you have, man? Let's finish strong.
Well, those were the three that I pulled out for this show.
Oh, okay. Very good. You know, it's all right. I wasn't expecting you to do homework.
No.
Overall, though, please, I have to ask. Now, you are walking around Comic-Con. You're Buddy the Elf. What type of reactions were you getting?
Can we get a picture of you? Hey, buddy. Or bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Thanks, Mr. Narwhal. Bye. But yeah, I was stopped multiple times for pictures. I was even interviewed by a couple people. They're like, can we interview you? And I'm like, yes. I got to be on the local news for San Diego. So that was pretty cool on Fox 5. Got to be on there twice. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, so very awesome. Everybody was just enjoying Buddy. So it was.
I'm glad to hear that, man. I really am. Because, you know, the thing is, if I could speak in a hypothetical for a moment,
yes.
You know, if I weren't talking to Buddy the Elf, but instead I were talking to a person that played Buddy the Elf out in the real world, it's very admirable in a way that person would have the commitment to do it every single Christmas and get out there, if for no other reason than to just actually spread joy. Which is a very wonderful thing, especially during the holiday season. So I'm glad to hear that you were treated well. I'm also glad to hear that you had the quintessential Comic-Con experience and you did stay overnight for a line.
Yes.
Which is hilarious and incredibly fitting because, you know, like Sunday at Comic-Con, I've walked into Hall H, nothing. But I'm sure when people said, no, George is going to be there for his first Comic-Con appearance, I'm sure that line was probably just as vicious as the Saturday line. Or for going in Saturday. You know what I mean?
So I was told, I never actually got to see it, but the entire audience was filled, and I was told that there was at least 3,000 other people outside that got rejected.
That is not Comic-Con Sunday Hall H behavior.
And
I think.
Sorry.
You know, I was going to say, I think the only thing in my experience that relates close to that was that the final Supernatural panel was happening in advance of their final season. And that drew a crowd, but we still were able to get in. We still walked in. So that is amazing. And I've seen a Hall H that full in 2019 for the Marvel panel, where we literally were like the last two people to get seats, my daughter and I.
Wow.
So to hear that happened on Sunday is just absolutely amazing. I'm also thrilled that I am a big fan, and one of the content creators that I would like to meet, just to tell them how much I appreciate their work. I'm glad to see you got to meet, or I shouldn't say meet, but you got to grab a photo with Straw Hat Goofy.
Yes, I got to see him throughout the week. He was one person that I had my eyes on. I knew he was going to be there. And it just so happened when I went to, and let me show the exclusive item, we went to the which I think they would have had it when you went, but the Paramount Lounge. Did you ever get to experience that in 22?
No, I never got to experience that.
Okay, so they have a thing called Paramount Lounge, and you can get exclusive things. Well, we got a towel for the new Dexter, and which Peter Dinklage is also in. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, I was going up there to talk to a person, and right there is Straw Hat Goofy.
Yeah, Juju himself.
And I was like, Juju! And I'm like, it's Buddy! Like, Buddy from your streams! He's like, oh my gosh! This guy! And there's a video on my TikTok called Buddy the Elf, if you go look that up, or Batpool_97_recovery to live on TikTok. Anyways, and you'll see in the video where he's like, this guy's literally in my stream. So yeah, there was a lot of content creators that I got to see that I've been following for a long time.
When I was in 2022, I was looking, my man. I had my eyes out. And the only thing that happened is I ran into Jennings Bauer as he was walking.
Cotton-headed ninny muggins.
I got a photo too, but unfortunately I was still in my stupid Darth Vader mask because it was still fresh enough to where like I don't want to get sick because contrary to that
while he coughs,
I still haven't had COVID. So,
yeah, there was another cool person I ran into. Speaking of content creators, is I got to run into Top Pops, which is got the biggest following on YouTube for Funko Pop content creator. And then I got to meet some of the other Funko Pop creators while I was out there. So that was really cool. I did want to show one quick thing for all you audience that are audio. I'm sorry. Get to the YouTube ASAP.
Call them out.
So we got the new Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob. We unfortunately didn't get signed by Kevin, but we got Dan Parent that did the cover and Jay on it.
Nice. I'm not for nothing, but I might know a guy that could get you that signature if it could work out.
And if I remember correctly, there is a crossword in there that's also illustrated as well, and that's done by my friends at Valady Studios.
Really?
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
That is cool. But yeah, so this was a very awesome moment, and
that's rad.
Yeah, before we let you go, let's get into that. I'm just curious now, and I'm afraid I might know the answer. But so, how did it happen? Let me don't say anything for a moment. Let me pull back up the slideshow for just a moment, because one of the things that happened was that, and the pictures alluded to this. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? I am. Nobody can hear you. Don't talk. I said don't talk. Why don't you listen to me? You got to listen, man. Here we go. So it's going to go through two quick images. And what's happening, Trent, this is one of those live readings where they have, and don't say anything either, Trent, you're not there either. But this is one of those live comic book readings. Hollywood Babylon has done them a few times for Comic-Con Theater, and that was kind of like the same thing. So, buddy, I just got to ask, first of all, how did this happen? Was it just the fact that the costume got attention or what?
So, as you were just mentioning, so it was a ticketed event. I bought my ticket in advance, obviously. When I was there, he was casting different people for the different roles. He played the character Randall, which is in the book that he said he always wanted to be in the original series, and the character got cut off due to the script or something like that. So he voiced Randall. Jay obviously voiced Jay. And they had this guy that came on stage to play Archie, which was the reason why the book was made in the first place. I guess the guy pitched the idea, and then it became a comic. But anyways, so I wanted to play Jughead Jones. Spoiler alert, I was Jughead Jones. And Kevin wanted you to do different impressions. Now, the problem about Hall H being Thursday is one of the panels I'd mentioned, Fluffy, they wanted you to scream to try to get a signed Funko Pop.
Oh.
And I'm a big autograph guy, so my voice was almost out by the end of Thursday.
Gotcha. But how did you get chosen? How did you get chosen?
That's I'm giving you the insult that Kevin gave me, and that was fine. Is I do a Shaggy impression. Normally it's spot on, but at that moment he's like, oh, the crappy Shaggy impression. You want me to pick you? And he was giving me a hard time because everybody's like, pick the elf. And then he's like, okay, get up there. Now, one thing that people don't realize in that picture.
Don't point the truth.
I know 3 are pointed back at me. But no, the guy at the far end that's got the beard, that is Brett Azar, which was the T-800 for Terminator Genesis, the younger Arnold. And he is known for the Young Rock TV show. He was the Iron Sheik. I don't think Kevin even realized, but the reason why he got picked is because he could do an Arnold impression, which is better than mine. But and
it was still very. I equate. There are certain Arnold impressions. All right, there are ones that are on the money, and there are exaggerations. There's no in between. And this guy's one was very much what I refer to as the Ralph Garman impression. It's like, it's just outrageous. You're going crazy in the flank, and you're getting way up here. And the more subtle ones are just like, this is what I'm saying. And so that's not that I'm saying mine's more on par, but I'm just saying that's the difference between them. Joe Gaudette does a wonderful
yes, he does.
Arnold impression.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor.
But I will go ahead and because I know the fans are probably wanting to hear, or maybe they don't. They probably don't. But like Zoinks, man, like Buddy Old Pal, like Scoob, like Mary Jane, like that's my favorite name, man.
See, that is a good. So you did much better. I'm very sorry to hear that those weren't video. They weren't actually. They may have run video on that one, but it wasn't us.
Not that, or it wasn't posted anywhere. But thankfully, my friend, the people that were sitting, I gave them my phone, and without me knowing, and I'll send you the video so you could play it. If you want to play, you don't have to play. But it's just a quick little interaction of the thing, and it was cool at the end. Kevin says, "Let's give Buddy a hand of applause," and so that was pretty cool. It's like I got a video of Kevin giving me a shout out, kind of like how Will Wilkins. I remember the videos. You're like, he said our name.
I mean, look, there's a when you have a person that is of note and they are also down to earth and kind, it's a wonderful thing. So there are the way I like to equate it. There are people in this world where other people just want a piece of their sunshine. You know what I mean? They're a ray of light, and people want to have their moment to sit in the sun, if you will. And Kevin's one of those people for certain. That's why, like, I've even got a sound drop here that I only have on here, so that way I can every once in a while make myself feel better.
I know which one.
Just thank you, Will.
Yeah.
I need to cut it shorter because it's like a full thing. So it's like, yes, he really appreciates me. Click the button. I have a friend. Click the button. I'm a sociopath. Click the button. Well, buddy, thank you so much for joining us, man. We went a lot more in depth than I thought we would, and given that we had no direction, no plan, I think this went really well. And as always, thank you very much for your Patreon support. It's greatly appreciated. What is that?
So we talk about exclusives at San Diego Comic-Con. And I just wanted to show this last thing, and it is so they had these cards, and this one's limited to 200. And obviously, I had Jim sign it. Perks of working with the man.
Nice.
And I wanted to just do one little. Your Kevin Smith, the way I relate it is like would be for me is Jim Cummings. So I understand where you're coming from.
Awesome, man.
So yeah,
where I'm Cummings from.
Yes.
Sorry.
By the way, I just want to say this is literally a dream come true. It's like a surreal moment because of the fact that I just figured out you had a podcast back in literally February, but we've known each other, and I didn't realize you had a podcast.
Yes, that's how good of a marketer I am. That is why I'm as successful as I am.
We did the watch parties with Tony and didn't even know you had until I popped in that stream, and you're like, I'm on the Smobber. I was like, wait, what? And then now I went.
That's why there's ones and ones of people watching right now. Don't worry about it.
Yes, I know.
Although at least we did promote. That's typically not what I get to. But anyway, man, don't worry. Every time I hear that, the kind of thing I like to just say is dream bigger. You know what I mean?
I mean, hey, I get that.
Because I mean, look, I couldn't even start this podcast correctly. So dream bigger.
And it's a good thing I was here, or you would have went live an entire show and not known it was on YouTube.
Well, it
True.
was on. It just wasn't on in the featured slot. I don't want to get into it. Man.
Okay,
Every
anyways,
time I get into
Trent-
the restream issues, I get mad.
Trent, keep being you. I just gotta say, listening in the background, you guys haven't changed, which is not a bad thing. I thought it was great. I was like, hey, they're still talking about Rick and Morty.
Yep.
So it's like, it's cool how things just keep going. And I'm waiting to hear about Doctor Who next.
There you go. Well, you know, he doesn't watch it so much, but Tony and I can talk about it. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, man. And enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yes.
And say goodbye to Buddy the Elf, everybody.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find your
dad.
dad.
Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
And just like that, I can put him in the waiting room. That's neat. That is exciting. Oh, look, I removed him. Oh, yeah, good. It didn't show you that. It just shows you the bottom. Hey, so that was fun, right? Good old Buddy the Elf. I think it went really, really well. I'm very pleased. You know, because let me tell you guys something. Okay, there is always a fear. Okay, when you bring in an unknown element, there's a chaos theory. And Trent and I have both been through it because, like, I think we have both guested on podcasts, for example, where you're like, oh, that sounded like a great idea, and you sat down and you're like, why in the world did I do that?
Like what is going? Like you're just like, what did you ask me?
Yeah, why did I think this would be a good idea? Or sometimes you have people on, and you're like, and then instantly you're like, why did I think this would be a good idea? Thankfully, Buddy, you were a good idea. It was just fine. So thank you very much for that. Trent, you know, actually we've gone a bit long, but so I'm gonna have an angry wife out there. It happens. Look, I just have to ask you because we've often brought the wrestling experience in as part of NetHeads because wrestling is. It's deep cuts for you. It's part of your DNA. It's part of 100%. The fiber of your being.
Yep.
I'm very curious to hear what you would give as your reaction to the passing of
Terry Boyer.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Who plays the character Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan. Yeah,
and played the character of Hulk Hogan.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go back into the 2018-16 machine. And the Gawker got shut down because of a lawsuit from Hulk
Hogan. Which by the way, was one of the... I'm doing that thing where I keep yelling, and I really got to work on that. It's like you're right in front of a microphone. Why are you shouting?
This isn't a rap video.
Can't you just talk at this level? Can you give our ears a break? You know, it's bad enough you put on that fake voice, because, you know, when you talk, you just sound like this. Actually, it's not even this. I'm in front of the microphone, and the vocal cords will not relax. It won't come off. I can't take it off.
I know what you mean.
But shit, what was I saying now?
Hulk Hogan.
Oh, well, no, I still forgot what I was saying. But it's interesting because he's one of the craziest wrestling celebrities I think we've had in regards to him not being in the courtroom. Just so much controversy in a way. And right down to the fact that he was good friends, as you mentioned, with a radio personality known as Bubba the Love Sponge.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
And at some point, I don't know what kind of freaky stuff he and Bubba the Love Sponge and his wife were into, but Hulk and she spent some time together, and there was a tape with not so kind words coming out and, you know, kind of really highlighting maybe, I don't know, the fiber of the person that was being recorded. So I'm very curious to know how you feel about the passing of the person that played Hulk Hogan.
Well, let me put it this way. So I have paid to be a participant, be it passively watching stuff or whatever, of that character, right? So I feel that I have a voice to acknowledge that the guy playing him was kind of a piece of shit. They're on the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling, right up front is Hulk Hogan. Like,
interesting.
It's the way it is. Like, that character was it defines still to this day, and probably always will, wrestling. Like, no one will ever get or be as big as that character ever was. And like, it's just one of those things. Like, you gotta, you know, sometimes I still want a Jell-O pudding pop.
Sometimes, yeah, exactly, man. You know, you still want to wax eloquently of like how Miramax helped start Kevin Smith's career.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Yeah, I know. It's just like the world's fucked up, and there's nothing you can do about it.
You
and
know,
if something made you happy for a little bit, just enjoy that thing made you happy.
Sometimes you still want to enjoy the original Naked Gun movies. You know what I mean?
I was blown away when I heard that, dude.
Oh, the remake?
Yes.
Yes.
Like how? How?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the people backing it is Seth MacFarlane, and it has been scoring very well. Professional comedians are rating it that it's an excellent homage to the originals while still building on the genre.
Okay.
So
good.
I too am like, oh, why have I slept on this?
Yeah. But it's also I will say behind the scenes in shoot interviews, he was very bulldogish in the locker room, and if you weren't in his clique, he made a lot of enemies, and he also made a lot of people's careers too. So it's gatekeeping at its finest.
Good and bad, man.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you still want to enjoy Michael Jackson's music. That's all I'm saying. So,
y'all are just ignorant.
So, Trent, we have done an excellent job once again of burying the lead. If you came here looking at that thumbnail and you're like, why in the hell is it taking this long to talk about this? I don't know if you're aware of this. I'm sure you are. I'm pretty sure I sent you a picture of it. But there was a reveal, and a Guinness World Record was achieved in the promotional materials for Fantastic Four First Steps. And that was the Galactus popcorn bucket. It got the Guinness World Record as being the world's tallest popcorn bucket.
Now when they say so this means like does it have to be sold, or is it just a one-off type thing? Like what as far as
I don't know. I don't know the qualifications, but I can tell you could buy these things.
Okay.
Other NetHeads co-host Tony bought one of these things. I'll tell you what, though, and you know, the eyes light up. It's great.
Okay.
But I got two complaints with it, Trent. One,
hit me.
It's $80.
What?
It's $80. And two, it is a Galactus that does not match the design of the Galactus in the movie.
So they did comic book style Galactus.
Potentially. I don't know. I'm not feeling it quite so
really
much. It just has some interesting peaks. But in case you haven't noticed over my shoulder, and as I alluded to earlier with 3D printing, I took matters into my own hands. I have a subscription to Do 3D. This is not a plug. I am an affiliate, but I am not posting the link. And sure enough, they came out with the Galactus popcorn helmet or popcorn bucket / helmet. So if that one achieved the world record, and if this one is of the Do 3D design, then technically this is the bigger popcorn bucket, because since it doubles as a helmet, I had to increase it an extra 8% in the event that I ever were to wear this. Okay?
Yeah.
And that
absolutely.
is my own 3D printed head
glorious.
of Galactus.
Dude.
And I have to say,
do me a profile on that one.
What do you mean, like this?
No, yeah. I'm just comparing it to. I've got the popcorn bucket pulled up right now from AMC.
Oh yeah. If you look at it, So the AMC one, you see different peaks. This is the design of the character in the movie, right down to this indentation and everything else.
Yeah. The one that they've based theirs off of is the 1991 miniseries done by Mobius.
Oh, okay.
Comic series, yeah.
That's what they're like. Oh, here's some good artwork. Let's use that.
Yep, it is, and it's funny because it's the most intricately drawn with like the most cross hatching. Like they could have picked a harder one to base it off of. They should have just done Jack Kirby.
Yeah, man. Well, and the movie's design itself is good too. But I will say, let's give the stats on this. I have not measured it. And technically, I still haven't printed the last piece.
I love that it's so big, it's getting in the way of your microphone.
I mean, there's no way to.
It's so big.
I know it's ginormous.
It's so fucking big.
These are words I've never heard anyone else speak to me before, but it's good to hear. And I will say, because it's a do 3D design and because it's supposed to be, it can also be worn as a helmet. So Trent, the thing I'm printing and shipping to you is one of these. It's at 100%, not 108. You will have you'll have your own head of Galactus. You can put it on the altar and burn incense and pray to it.
Oh, I will be sacrificing just little worlds like no other.
I haven't finalized the piece placement because I'm not sure if it's going to be displayed or stored, but so when you get it, you'll put the ear flanges on yourself.
Nice.
But it also uses the magnet system, which
I'm
hesitant to take apart because each piece also slides in.
Hold together, yeah.
Yeah. If I wanted to wear this as a helmet, the Galactus face piece I can pop that out.
Oh, shut up.
And you'll see I printed mesh eyes so I could see through them.
Smart.
Now, the only problem is there are 3 notches in here that I think exist to create some type of head support system. Because if I were to try and wear this as a mask, it would fall down on my head like a toddler wearing their dad's top hat.
Have you heard, and this might be helpful for your other and future projects, have you heard of a bump cap?
No.
Oh, dude, this is going to change everything for your helmet designs, for reals. So I found bump caps as a means to hold the shape of my my New Era hats while I'm reshaping them. Well, because they're wool, and so you can steam them and try to bring the crowns down and stuff. So you get a bump cap. What a bump cap is a not quite personal protection device level insert that you put inside of a baseball cap to give you just a little bit of protection if you're walking around and you don't want to get hit on the head or something like that. And I used one in a project I've been working on forever as a giant TV head from Prince Robot from Saga. But anyway, that would work perfectly if you were to mount the bump cap inside. It'll rest nicely, and it will also hold. You can screw it in. Anyway, bump cap. Look it up. It'll help. I think that would work perfectly.
I will do that because the thing is, I want this to be. I'm never going to use it as a popcorn bucket. I may as well just call it a goddamn helmet.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
Right. So that would be permanently put in.
Yeah.
And so I completely understand. There is a piece I didn't print yet because I wanted the bucket approach if I actually shot content with it, which I barely did. And it is altogether, all the pieces, it is about a roll and a half of filament. So that is 1.5 kilograms of filament between the helmet and the support material. And also, the reason why I didn't get to the post office today, infamous move, except for once I didn't do it for my project, I did it for somebody else's. When I loaded up all the elements, I unfortunately used the sized up faceplate to fit mine, and all the other pieces are at 100%. So I had to order one more damn roll of filament.
Yep.
But that is an amazing color match, don't you think?
Oh, that's insane, dude. That's the yeah. How does that even work? Because I know, with web is pretty easy to match colors with hex colors or whatever. But in print, it's so hard because paper will affect how the color looks. Is it the same way with filament too? You could order, say, this hex code or this RGBA, and it could be something else just based on what the
no man.
It's
an for me, because I don't have a micro center near me. It's an Amazon search, and it's look me squinting at pictures on the.
Really?
No, that's not the purple I want. No,
it looks pretty spot on, dude.
It's good enough for this.
Yeah.
And so you will have one shipping out probably next Saturday coming.
Hells
to you,
yes.
Along with your challenge coin finally, and your NetHeads lapel. I'll send you a few in case for some reason you want to give them out, but nobody except Patreon subscribers get the challenge coin. That is, I'm pat on that. And we need to get some more Patreon subscribers because they only retain these molds for 2 years. If you don't order them, they destroy the mold. So I'm going to have to order 50 more before the end of the year. And there is that. So yeah, that's how much it took. I think collectively speaking, this is the important point though. If you take away the mistakes made along the way, right?
Right.
I added up all of the estimated figures that it gives when you slice the model, and it gives you an approximated price. The popcorn bucket, if you buy it before tax, is $80
plus shipping, right? Because like for me, don't have an AMC here.
Yeah, exactly. Plus shipping if you order it off the site.
Yeah.
The 3D printed version, $40.11.
Boom.
Right?
Boom.
And then you say, but wouldn't it have been easier just to get one? Yes.
Yeah, of course it would.
And
of course it would.
The eyes don't light up on mine, but we all know with those cosplay light up ones I had in the Batman, I could make them glow.
Oh yeah.
You know, I could custom do a blue lens and boom, it could just have the same look. But why get power involved is what I'm saying.
No. Yeah.
But I will tell you, Trent, I firmly believe, I'll just give you, since I'm sure you in no way, shape, or form heard anything of my review about the movie, but my spoiler-free review, it first of all, it came with the highest praise. It's the same thing I gave Thunderbolts, which is, I sat down, beginning to end, and I was like, oh shit, we're in the third act? So that right there tells me good movie.
Yep, absolutely. When time just kind of like compresses or extends, like you just can't. Yes.
And one of the things I did not think about until after I saw the movie, so this wasn't included in my review, but I will say it is very genius that they both pay homage to the creation of the characters by putting them in this retro futuristic 60s.
Yes.
But it's also functional because, one, as a people that are watching the movie, it physically removes us from any preconception we have from any of the other media.
Other movies, exactly. Yep.
That's the first brilliant move. Now, the second brilliant move is that considering the Galactus is the protagonist.
Right.
No, antagonist?
Antagonist.
Antagonist is the bad one. Protagonist. Pro is good.
Yep.
Okay. The education system fails me so much. But the other reason why it's brilliant, when Galactus is your antagonist, if you think about Galactus showing up in the 616, as they call it now, in the MCU proper, in the, the Sacred Timeline. In the Sacred Timeline, where they've got nanotechnology and arc reactors in the palm of their hands and everything else, the challenge of Galactus is not as big.
Right.
In a retro futuristic 60s where technology is limited to what's available at the time.
Yeah. We're getting to space is a big deal.
He's a terrifying threat.
Absolutely.
Oh, one other cool thing I will say about the movie that I haven't heard anyone else mention, but I thought it was very clever. They have a faster than light engine for their spaceship. And the effect that they give isn't so much a warp effect. It's more of a warping of light, which is genius for a faster than light drive. The fact that everything is represented as curved light.
Yes, that actually for hard sci-fi buffs, that's a good rub.
Yeah.
Right there.
And by the way, one spoiler I will give you, and Buddy the Elf dropped it in chat, so since he fucked it up for everybody, I'll tell you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I will tell you that also it is very touching because the reality that they're in is Earth 828. And that is a tribute to Jack Kirby, whose birthday was August 28th.
August 28th.
So,
yep.
So that's nice
awesome.
too. But I feel you'll enjoy it. The only frustration I had coming out of it, and it's probably you will too, is I would have liked to have spent more time with the characters. And
they've got to tell so much story that that's always a hard balance with a new property, right? But
it was nice to see it, and now of course. I've got to take down these Christmas ornaments because I'm starting like a whole symbols collection on the wall. So there's my Fantastic Four one.
Hell yes, yeah.
I also need to. You missed this, but I've got the Doom mask.
The Doom, yeah.
To hang up, but also like that Superman symbol that I mentioned. That's got to go up behind me too. Nobody wants to listen to my design things. Look, guys, this has been a very this show is long in the teeth now. Okay, is that the term?
I think so.
Long in the tooth.
Long in the tooth. It's like
long
a horse.
In the tooth.
You don't want a horse that's long in the tooth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And by the way, knowing how horses' teeth are taken care of is just terrifying. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
I'm gonna take it. Here, let me tell you what. I'm gonna
Their
fix you
teeth
up.
never stop growing.
I'm just gonna take this file and I'm gonna work your teeth until. Glad I'm not a horse, Trent.
God. Like
right?
my head is like vibrating.
Well, because anytime I see anything in the movies where they're doing something with somebody's teeth as a form of torture, I'm like, yeah, that's it. Like the moment they came with me with the rusty tool, I'm like, here you go. What else do you want to know?
Yeah.
I can tell you everything. I will
I will
make
make up whatever you need.
I will, whatever it is. Is there something I got to do with it? I'll do it with that. No, please, no, absolutely not. No. Anyway, why did they close on horse dental procedures? I have no idea. I'm just trying to say, guys, we've gone way over our expected time limit. The commitment has been long. I appreciate you being here, Trent, and I appreciate each and every one of you that has sat in on whatever this is that have you seen, like, there's another form of a messed up one that the kids do that's more like this, and my kid does all this weird stuff. I feel so old when my child talks to me now, Trent, and apparently now this is the tiny heart. Did you know this?
No, that's the violin. That's the world's smallest violin.
No, that's if you're playing it like this. That's if it's moving like this. I don't look, man. Look, I don't write the rules, but things are just. If you'll allow me to speak my truth for a moment, Trent.
My arthritis in my hands hurts so bad.
I can't stand all this kind of new age. Oh, let them speak their truth. They're not here to speak their truth. I want them to. Is this just as a person who has studied the history and evolution of words? Yeah. Is this just a natural progression in language, and I'm just old and don't like change?
Yes.
Okay, figured as much. I figured that's what. Well, because there are certain things that I'm trying to remember which comic book it was in. I think there was one where that we saw a Slayer way in the future for Buffy, for example, and they used a lot of different idioms when they spoke. And like some of those are almost coming to fruition today. Yeah. And like in language, we always adopt new shorthand with whatever is current in the times, and like we're literally come into those things now.
Yeah. I mean, it gives you the ick, doesn't it?
Little bit, Trent. Little bit, almost as much as having to look at my own neck in the mirror now. I hate it. I wish I could grow a beard like you. Maybe I'll take yours. Who knows? Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Special thanks to Buddy the Elf. Special thanks to Brian Nielsen, the Patreon supporter of the week. Don't forget, Brian. If you're a 3D printing enthusiast and you want to benefit yourself, get the Slice Box or get yourself a triple dipped cool plate from Sliceworks. That's Sliceworks with an S. Go to the link in the show description or go to thatwillwilkins.com. Make sure to use the offer code thatwillwilkins at checkout for an extra 5% off your purchase. Trent, have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you for spending so much time with me. Until next time, my name is Will.
My name's Trent.
And Trent, I promise you, we'll be back
soon.
I closed the drawer with the sounds, dummy.
NetHeads. We'll be back soon.
Goodbye.
This has been a Smodcast production. Smodcast Podcast, using our mouths on you since 2007.
There are a few things I love in this world. One of them is when I get to cut to you when the Smodcast bug is on the end of the show. I don't know why I do it. I hope you don't mind.
Well, and it's funny because like I saw myself on the program view, but it didn't click that it was the program view.
But I always send program view because I'm stubborn and confusing
but like,
to
for
do
some
shows
reason
with.
It didn't even like until you said that. I was like, oh yeah, I was just that's it. Yeah. So that was an honest reaction. What happens every time.
Well, I mean, I am so thankful that we do program view now and you don't have a separate camera.
I love it.
Because the opening of the show, I mean, there's a full musical number going on. I'm surprised there's not a goddamn fog machine also incorporated in and extra flashing lights. Who knows? Maybe an extra piercing or two to add a little flair. We don't know, Trent. We don't know.
Keep things in place.
That's all we can do. That's all we can do. And I hope you don't mind that we completely abandoned the segments this episode.
Hey,
I just figured, it's
a good show is what happens when you make other plans.
Is that the way the saying goes?
Yes.
And no. I think they're drunk.